What is going on, guys? It's your boy CJay and I'm back again with another Division video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys this Nomad DPS build. It's very fun to use. I use this a lot to go solo manhunt, or I use it a lot even in last stand. And in teams, it's just a really solid build for DPS players because you have a lot of survivability because of the 4-piece where, you know, as soon as you lose all your health, you pretty much get all of it back, which is basically a second life. And then, you know, as you can see, I have the recovery link here, so I pretty much have 3 lives. And then, as you can see, you know, the 2 skills I have are both healing skills, so like you have a lot of ways to stay alive while being able to do a crap ton of DPS at the same time. So this is a very solid build. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I just want to apologize in advance for the way I sound. I'm actually very sick at the moment, so my apologies for that. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So for my primary weapon, I'm using a MP7. You can very well use an MP5 or rather anything else. It's personal preference what you use for your primary. Honestly, the guns you use here are really personal preference. I just use submachine guns and one, you know, assault rifle because that's just the way I play. But you can do what you want here. And it's got 21.5 crit chance, 18.2k base damage, and it's got deadly, responsive, and competent. For my secondary, I'm using a bullfrog. It's got 17.8k base damage with 22 enemy armor damage. It's got brutal, responsive, and uncomplicated. And I've, you know, the famous double barrel sawed off that I've been putting in all my videos. Like, if you're not using this, I don't understand why you're not using it. I'm not going to go into it, but it's got a sustained, determined, and predatory on it. This is actually very good with Nomad, like incredibly good with Nomad because of the regen you get from predatory and then the extra 6% health on kill. This is very good for last stand. Like, this build is just a complete sustained god in last stand, especially because of this double barrel sawed off shit here. Just keep that in mind. I made other videos with this, and I made another video explaining why you should be using this. So you know, if you're not using it, I recommend going and getting one. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Just get into my gear. I'm using a Barrett's bulletproof vest, roll into stamina with health on kill and health. The best major attributes here to get would be the 2 that I have here, health on kill and health. Because of the Nomad, you get the extra, I think 15% health on kill or 14 or whatever, and that stacks up with all your major attributes. So it's like when you're killing players, you're getting a lot of health back. So, you know, GG right there. Just go into my mask. I'm using a tenacious mask. You can also run a refresh mask as well for even better healing capabilities. Because with this build, it's mainly like for survivability as well as good DPS. I try to get as much DPS where I can get it. However, if I am like in a lot of situations where, you know, I'm going against a lot of groups by myself and it's easy, then yeah, I'll probably just throw on a refresh mask or some shit. And this is rolled into crit chance and a prototype firearms mod with health into it. My knee pads are rolled into firearms with crit damage. You're going to want to put health there. Crit damage is also not even that bad either, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're not using SMGs because it's kind of like a wasteful talent to put there, like if you're not using SMGs, because, you know, with ARs you're not going to have too much crit chance anyways. And it's also rolled into firearms. Pretty much all my mods are rolled into firearms. I'm not going to go over that again. And my prototype performance mods are all first stage self-heal. My backpack is rolled into firearms with skill power. Put health there as well. I don't know why I have skill power there. I don't really have a good backpack that is rolled into firearms where I can actually roll health into here, but for what it's worth, you know, you can have skill power there. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but like health is probably the better option to put there without a doubt. For my gloves, they're rolled into firearms with crit chance, SMG damage, and crit damage. My holster, of course, you know, roll into crit chance. You can put reload speed or you can put health, but yeah, pretty subjective. I would recommend going crit chance or reload speed even. Like, health, the max health roll on here is about 8k I think, and the reason why I don't think it's worth it is because that's only like one shot from any gun. Like, you don't even have to have a lot of firearms to do, you know, 8k per shot. So it's like, I wouldn't even recommend having health there, I would recommend putting reload speed or crit chance. Reload speed will give you more DPS, especially if you're using an SMG like myself, or even an AR. It'll help you reload faster, so you put out more DPS instead of, you know, having to constantly reload. So keep that in mind as well. So that's pretty much it for the build there. I'm gonna go into my abilities real quick. As you can see, I'm using a booster shot. However, I do use overdose as well. It heals me for about 96k. I know it's not very good. You can go a bit into electronics if you want, put some electronic mods or some shit, and you'll get a bigger heal, but like, because of all the healing capabilities that I have, as well as the extra 2 lives that I pretty much have, I don't really feel the need for it. So that's just why I run it like that. Like, the amount of heal you get from these isn't really that serious, as well as the booster shot mitigation also helps me as well for survivability. Now I use my immune station. I always use my immune station. Almost every build I run these 2 skills, because the immune station, you put it down at the starting of a fight if you're dealing with a group or even just 1v1 situation, and if they're using shock turrets or flame turrets or whatever, cinder grenades, you're pretty much immune to all that for that entire fight, at least as long as you stay in that general area of your box radius. So keep that in mind, and when you're done killing someone, all you gotta do is pop it and you get a really big heal. So I mean, it's a win-win. So, but the only problem I do have with this is, and it's really the game's fault, is because like it'll sometimes you'll be running trying to sprint and put it down and it just won't go down. So I recommend putting it at the start of a fight. If you're gonna not put it at the start of a fight, I recommend putting it when you are getting like melted, like, because if you don't, like, if you try and put it down when you're just about to die, like in your last segment, you'll probably not be able to pop it fast enough to get your heal back. I find a lot of times I'll die because of that. So, and it's a bit of a bitch. It's mainly just, you know, lag on the massive end, but there's not much you can do about that. So try and put it down before you get into your last segment if you're really looking for a for it to be the most useful. Also, you can use pulse if you are running in a group. If I'm running in a group, I will use pulse and booster shot, because with the crit damage I already have, which I'm going to go into my character stats now. So for my primary, as you guys can see, you know, 18 weapon damage, crit chance 40%, and the critical hit damage is 104. I'm pretty sure I have more than that. I'm not sure why it's showing that. It's kind of weird like that. There you go. It has 119, and if I use pulse, I'll have around 130 or some shit. And I'm not sure what the max crit chance is, but like, it puts in a lot of work. So like, if you're really looking to just melt the shit out of people, if you're running in a group, there you go. So this build is very, very good. Like, it wrecks people in last stand, and you can take on groups with ease. Another way to play this build is to like, even if you're not doing a shit ton of DPS at the moment because there's just too many players, you can easily, you know, just kind of troll them, you know, run around and shit, strafe or whatever you want to do, and you can hold them off up until your team comes to support you, which is pretty good. So if you're a DPS player that wants a bit of a survivable build, not something that's, you know, 9k firearms and like 190k health, then this is a pretty good build. The health here is around 220k. It's not the best, but like, for all the healing capabilities that I have, it's very good. So that's pretty much it for the build. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been your boy CJ. Let me know what you guys think of it, and make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for future Division content. I do have a lot more builds coming up. You'll probably see another one maybe tomorrow or the next day, so stay tuned for that. It's been your boy. Peace out.